of you doing on an early Sunday morning, somewhere in a beautiful park in Malaysia, close to Mother Nature, but the sun is hitting at you, so I promise I will make it short and sharp this morning. You know, this reminds me of my kampung in Germany, when I was a youngster, like you. Apparently my mother now says since I went botak, which saves me a lot of shampoo, it saves me a lot of water and all sorts of other things, good for the environment, I look younger, so I don't think you can guess how old or young I really am. But in my kampung, many years ago, we used to do something similar like here, cleanup session once a year. But the thing is, in Germany, we get told from an early age, you know, don't litter, don't throw your rubbish out there. So we were roaming not just one park, we actually were roaming the whole kampung. And we had about 3 or 4 tractors, and I think we were able to find about 4 or 5 tractor loads of rubbish in the whole kampung. So education is very important, learning from an early age. The other thing about my kampung is in Germany, I'm about 500 meters above sea level and it gets very cold in the winter. Here in Malaysia it's always very hot. I was on the phone this morning with Astra Awani. They asked me about Earth Day action items. What should you do? And I told them I showered this morning without hot water. I know some of the ladies in particular will find that too cold, but for me it's so beautifully refreshing. So the first place where I saved some electricity this morning was not using the hot water. Then I switched on the water briefly, made myself wet, soaked myself in locally made, handmade, eco-friendly soap. Then I switched the water on again, very briefly, job done. And I didn't need any hair shampoo. So all of the men, please go botak for Mother Nature. Just kidding. But actually for the men, you know, I don't know, but I'm surprised. I have more women smiling at me now since I went botak than before. So it can have additional benefits. And by the way, my t-shirt is made from 100% recycled plastic bottles. And it says, what does it say? Excellent. That's a very important point. It's very easy to do hijau action here today. Very easy. Because we all do it together. Your friends are here. It's inspiring. But what about tomorrow morning when you're back home? In your house, in your home? How can you make every day Earth Day in your life? That's the challenge. I think one key thing is we are disconnected with Mother Nature. Most of you are from KL, right? We come out of the concrete house, we go with our cars, we go into another house, we're in the office, we're in the school. We don't really get back to Mother Nature anymore. We lose the connection. We lose the appreciation. What Joey was just talking about, she cried when she saw the plastic country that's built up in the ocean. Can you imagine that? I always think about 300 years ago, when there were no humans, when there were not enough humans on the planet before the industrialization, the industrial revolution, we would only see blue the oceans and green the forest and the land. But then suddenly black smoke coming. The humans are digging out stuff, they're starting to burn, they're starting to produce. Then they are mining, they're taking out the coal, they're finding oil, they're finding gas. And suddenly 300 years later, if you would look at the moon, on the planet Earth, you don't see green and blue anymore, you see plastic mountains on the oceans, you see black smoke coming out left, right and center. You see all these oil platforms on the sea, you know, where we humans are digging deeper and deeper to squeeze out all we can find to fuel our modern lifestyle, disconnected from Mother Nature. That's the reality of human presence on this planet. Our presence, 7 billion people, is hitting the planet very hard. Now what can we do? It looks so big, but it starts with me in my personal life where I have control and influence on. I cannot at this day today control the kampung people in my village in Germany. They're too far away. But I can control my life, my carbon footprint. Even the things we buy. Do we buy eco-friendly stuff or do we buy the stuff that is part of the problem? We have the power to determine our own electricity consumption, our own water consumption. We have the power to determine our daily environmental impact. Are you aware how much your environmental impact actually is? Have you ever tried to calculate your carbon footprint? That is very powerful when you empower yourself to understand your environmental impact and how you can reduce your environmental impact. When I talk to people about going green, in the past I always said to them, live green. But what does it mean to live green? It's very vague. Now I tell people, buy green and healthy. You know, there's an international movement that I'm promoting as well called LOHAS, Lifestyle of Health and Sustainability. If we think about the things we buy, the food that we buy, the houses that we live in, the clothes that we buy even, can we buy healthy and can we buy eco? Then we will be able, through the power of our purchasing, to change the economy. The economy is actually destroying the planet because we are consuming too much. We have 7 billion people and we waste so much materials. That's why we find so much plastic on the ocean now. We need to make a change. It starts with me. It starts with my daily life where I have power and control. Empower yourself to live a green and healthy lifestyle. The things you buy, the things you invest in, the things you offer, when you later do business, some of you are working already, some of you are students. My father told me, stop this green stuff. You will never be able to earn a decent living. But I believe that is my mission on the planet. To mobilize people to go green and to live green by example. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But if we give it our best shot, based on our heart being connected with Mother Nature, our heart feeling the pain when the trees are chopped, when the turtles are eating the plastic. If we feel that pain, then we can come from that space of being connected to Mother Nature, being connected with your future, being connected with your grandchildren here and now, and being concerned about what they will have in 200 years' time on this planet. How will the planet look like? In my village, I see climate change. When I was a youngster in my kampung, I played every winter for 3 months in the snow. End of December till end of March. Now the snow in my village, you cannot predict it anymore. My brother's children who live in the same kampung, if they are lucky, they have 3 to 5 days of snow in the winter. Sometimes it gets extremely cold now, even colder than 30 years ago. But then suddenly the temperature overnight goes up. The snow disappears. When I was a kid, every winter we had end of December till end of March, snow all the time. Here in Malaysia, people used to plant the rubber trees according to the seasons. The clear seasons are gone. There is a change in the climate. The predictability of our climate is changing. Through the influence of 7 billion humans that are squeezing the planet, every resource, every drop of oil they can get, every tree they can get their hands on. That is how we are making money. Are you making money, or are in the future, are you going to make money with destroying the planet or healing the planet? That's what I had in mind. My father told me do something else to make some proper money. But I knew my role was to try and come up with ways to make money with healing the planet rather than destroying the planet. Are you going to be part of the problem, or are you going to be part of the solution? Use today to reconnect with Mother Nature. Use today to get a core in your life that makes every day Earth Day. Out of the inspiration and the care and the passion that you have for the planet. Rather than just out of a discipline, I have to be a good boy or a good girl. That's why I have to do this, do that. Feel inspired. Feel inspired by the beautiful Mother Nature out here. Connect with the trees. Connect with the biodiversity. Malaysia is one of the top countries in the world. Are you ready to be part of the solution? Yes? Yes? Who is ready? Yes, great. Whether we do it in a silent way or whether we do it in an enthusiastic way, doesn't really matter. What matters is that you put it into practice. Today, tomorrow, make every day Earth Day. Thank you. See you. Bye.